So I'm a little annoyed because I like to go live at the same time so I don't have to go back on both platforms. And for some reason, my tablet is having problems, and I had to use my phone for the messages, so I can only go live on YouTube right now, meaning I have to do this twice. So while I'm giving everybody a second, I'm just gonna let you know, for those of you who've not watched me before, yearly on the summer solstice, I do a meditation. And what happens is I get some messages for the year. I did one last year, and then I came on YouTube and gave the messages. Hey, my love, okay? So that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm telling you the messages that that I got during my summer solstice meditation. As well, some of the regulars got private messages. I hit them up. I would have been on earlier, but I was making the rounds for the people who got individual messages. Okay, I feel like the more that people participate, the more engagement they get. Okay, so we're gonna get started talking about some of the things that Spirit wanted me to know. Okay, so first off, one of the first messages, what's good, Pink? Um, this the yearly summer solstice meditation, okay? But Spirit was saying something about watching the migration, the animal migration. Okay, so we may see, like, let's say birds going in the wrong direction for a season or something like that. It's like telling you of weather. Like something about the weather. Okay, and I'll pull some cards, but I'm gonna give you the messages up front. Okay. Um, they said, and I didn't look it up beforehand because, like I said, I did the meditation, then I had to reach out to some people, and I will look at what that combination. I see a couple things, but what that combination could be used for. But basically, Spirit gave me 4 roots or 4 herbs that were going to be important this year. Burdock root, mucilin, I forget how it's pronounced. Licorice root, which I really don't work with too much. Well, I shouldn't say that. I work with licorice root, but more on the let's say magic end or ritual end, and not so much for health purposes. And I feel like Spirit is telling me this is a like some type of muslin, right? Mullein, that's it. That's it. Mullein, licorice root, and dandelion. So I feel like this is lung health, but it could be something else because I'm not really sure what licorice root is used for in health purposes. I will have to spend some time on that. I'll look, once I finish telling you all about these shit. Okay. So that was the part that was for the individual people. Okay. So I see regional power outages. Okay. We have one going on in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I feel like that's going to be more widespread as the summer pushes out. Regional power outages, okay? Some will be like for a day or two, some will be longer, okay? If my smoking bothers you, exit. I heard a thought. Um, okay, so now, waters hits strange shores. I don't know what that means. So it could be a water event at a strange shore, or it could be like someplace dry, or it also could be like a discovery of a new strange shores, like unknown shores, okay? I have something for you, Dee Dee. So for certain people in this summer solstice, they were given messages. Okay, you got one too. Where is it? Yeah, I don't want to give it in here. It's actually a good one, but I don't want to give it in here. Um, Send me a message, okay? You can find me on Instagram under the same name or whatever. Okay, you can contact me through email, whatever. Just, you can find me on WhatsApp, like, whatever. I got a little message for you, okay? All right, don't forget, okay. All right, so we're moving forward. So what I was just saying was that there was going to be something. It showed me one side dark and one side would be red, right? And I had both my eyes closed and it was like really red, like the sky. It could have been the sky, okay, because that's how it looked. And then on this side, it was black. Like, I don't know about y'all. When I meditate, whatever I'm seeing, I usually see it in both sides, okay? This could be like a discovery, okay? But those are also the colors of a legba, okay? But I feel like it's something about the red and the black. So let's say it could be dark one place, it could be, red sky for another. And we did have that red sky event, from, the wildfires, right? Right? So I'm seeing, like I said, it's dark on one side, light on the other. But it's red, like crimson red. Okay? You're getting so much, yeah. Okay, so I don't know what that's showing. Okay? I'm just right on one side. Okay, that could also be a divide. Okay, also messages for the ladies, pull up, okay? Messages for the ladies. I got one specifically. Ladies, a lot of us will say that we're tired of doing everything. Spirit said, start living your soft life era right now. You have to treat yourself in the manner in which you want to be treated. Okay? And no judgment zone, right? I'm a Harlem girl, right? Timberlands is a staple. Okay? But they're saying start emulating what it is you want to see in your reality, ladies. Okay? Treat yourself the way you want others to be treating you. Right? And you listen, I'm a feminist. I wear it proudly. But it doesn't mean that I have to walk around mean mugging and being hard, because how will anybody see the desire of the soft life if I don't allow that to be shown? Okay? So that was the message to the feminines, to the masculines. Listen, your hearts will be cracked open this year. How you respond will determine how much work you have to do in the next Pluto 20-year cycle. Allow love to heal you or repeat the cycle. Fellas, y'all come across some treacherous females. Okay? But here's the thing. The law of resonance states that we vibrationally pull in what we are already aligned to. So just like how you have a villain in your story, you are also a villain in someone's story. And that goes for all of us, male and female. Right? Okay. Love you guys. I'm going to say something to the masculines. Okay? Remember when you were young and like you wanted to go to a party and your parents were like, you can't go to the party because you're too young, or you can't stay out that late, or whatever reason they might have given you, you know, age accordingly, whatever, right? And that resentment that you felt because you felt like they were ruining your life, okay? It's kind of like that energy, right? So in other words, what Spirit is saying, like, you know, we're the villain in somebody else's story, just like someone else is the villain in our story. If you concentrate on the villains in your story, you're going to miss the opportunity to heal from those situations and move in a new direction. Right? When you were younger and those things happened in a particular way that made you feel resentment, maybe later, 5 years later, you might have looked back and been like, hell yeah, if I had a 13-year-old that wanted to stay out till 2 in the morning at a block party or whatever, I wouldn't want that either, right? So it's all about perspective, right? So they're telling you that some of these situations you need a shift in perspective, because although they may have been painful, although they may have been challenging periods, there was things that you learned from that. And if you only stay looking at the negative experience of that, what's good through Maddie's eyes, you miss the opportunity for the internal growth. Right? And if you overlook the internal growth, then you also lose out on the opportunity to get the reward, right? Because once we have empathy for ourselves and others in the situation, once we finish that, which is like the shadow work of a situation, that's when we get rewarded for the work. So if you stay stunted in the negativity of that, it will hold you back from getting the reward. 1:11 on the clock, okay? Exactly, right? So sorry that it took me so long to explain that, guys, but it was like a little bit convoluted in the way Spirit wanted to explain it. Okay, yes, y'all have gotten your ass served to y'all in certain ways. Okay, you just heard me tell the feminines to start being in their soft frequency as well. But for the masculines, it's not about being hardened anymore. It's also about being in your soft frequency in regards to your heart. How do you move forward and get the things that you want if you can't open yourself to that? And if the feminines are moving to their soft season or their soft era, then they're not going to be wanting to be met with that abrasive energy. You feel me? What's good, Shannon? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's a shift. It's a shift in the way of thinking, guys. Okay? All right, so let's move on. Okay, for both male and female, both of you are not what you do for a living, Spirit says. We have lost the way, the pulse of life, to love or to be loved, to grow, to thrive, to heal, to give, to accept, to cherish, to be free, to be you, right? So in other words, what Spirit is saying is like we have attached way too much importance to what car we drive, what neighborhood we live in, what job we have, how much our salary makes. Like, these are all optical illusions. If tomorrow the system was broken, you wouldn't be any of those things. So how would you define your success? And they're not what we're purposed here for. Okay, they're not what we're purposed here for. Even like technology and inventions, this is about like the evolution of the mind, right? And learning how to do like new things, supposed to be for humanity's sake, right? So like, let's say, just for instance, because you know we need newer forms of ways to make life easier for humanity, but like for instance, solar panels, right? Solar panels would be less toxic to the earth than, let's say, like gasoline or oil, right? So it's like the real purpose of this knowledge is to improve humanity's experience, but what we do is we exploit it, right? A person makes an invention, they put a patent, and they exploit and they charge, right? And I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to make money, okay? I come from the same capitalist upbringing that you do, but that's not what Spirit's message is, okay? I can only tell you what Spirit said, that we on some bullshit, okay? That we're not looking at what's really the purpose. And that's why we're so fucking unhappy, because we're valuing the wrong shit. Okay? So it's like, you know, you could live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood with a nice car and feel completely unfulfilled. Right? So it's like, not only do we have to do the shadow work to see what would make us happy, but we have to stop putting importance on shit that don't fucking matter. It don't matter. We're all one. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care how dark it sounds. We're like all one natural disaster away from being broke. Some of us broke right now, right? You get what I'm saying? So that shit is an illusion. What goes up must come. So if you're defining yourself by the ups and downs, you're gonna be fucked up. We need to turn our gaze. We need to turn our gaze. Okay? Now here goes another one. Spirit said, get chimes and hang them. When the wind blows, you will receive messages or confirmation on the wings of wind from spirits, for Spirit speaks. I don't even talk like that, okay? I'm gonna read it again. Get chimes and hang them. When the wind blows, you will receive messages or confirmation on the wings of the wind, for Spirit speaks. What's good, Cynthia? On the wings of the wind, for Spirit speaks. Okay, that was the message. Get chimes and hang them. When the wind blows, okay, you will receive messages or confirmation on the wings of the wind, for Spirit speaks. This is going to mean you have to be still. As it happens more and more, you will start to understand the form of communication. Okay? That one was Titi's message. And then, okay, so Mexico will become prominent in the next cycle. I don't know what the next cycle means. This could be a political cycle. This could be Earth cycle. I don't know. Okay? They may also choose to close the border to produce or some American-made food supply because of a contaminated product in many things. Okay, this also giving me the energy of a chain of events. Nothing. I'm gonna use this example. I don't know if it is that, okay? But let's say, like, you know, they did the whole thing with the migrant workers, and the migrant workers bounced from Florida because all the shit that's happening, and they don't want to catch felonies for basically just trying to feed their families, right? So they bounced out. So what happens right now? Like, there's a lot of projects that are undone because they were doing the construction, and then in addition to that, like, they the ones who was picking the fruit and this and that, right? So let's say something spoils. Okay? Or something, like, let's say they use something on the verge of it spoiling, thinking like, well, it's not really spoiled, and then they find out like it's fucking spoiled, but it's like an ingredient. Okay, could be a grain. I don't know if that spoils. Okay, but I don't know why I'm hearing like flour or something like that. New fungus from food, right? And crazy what's happening with the waters too. Yeah, we could talk about that in a minute because I saw something about that. But you feel what I'm saying? Like, it feels like something that is in a lot of different things has an issue, and so like they have to like shut it down, shut it down, right? And they're shutting that down, but there's other things that are like, because things were left undone or whatever. So it could be like something that causes a shortage in certain areas. You know, like how before we had like the baby formula shortage. Well, this feels like different, kind of similar but different. So it doesn't feel like baby food, but it does feel like a powdered substance. It's like mushroom spores. Yeah. But it feels like a powder that is used. Maybe it's grinded down. I don't know, guys. But it feels like it's in a lot of things. And so because of that, like, they have to pull some shit, okay? Now, I just want to give you guys fair warning. You know, me and Tamila was talking about this yesterday. I rewatched last year's summer solstice video yesterday. And some of the things had just like happened recently. Like, in the beginning of that reading, I was talking about the sky being red, and like solar flares and shit, right? And you know, we did have the sky as red, you know, because of the fires, right? And then there was some other things that I talked about in that reading, okay? But my point of bringing that up is that some of this stuff can be as far out as a year. Okay? So I'm just going to pull a couple cards. I'm not going to keep y'all today. I'm going to pull a couple cards and tell y'all, you know, what I see, what Spirit wants us to know. But those were the downloads, okay? Some of yous actually got some personal messages. Okay? Some of yous got personal messages. Jennifer LaRoe, if you see this, I sent you a message. Check your messages. Okay? All right. Wilderness Untamed. Okay, this is like, you know, strange reactions, planetary, like the way the planet is responding is like to heal itself in a way. Okay, purification and cave initiation, right? So again, you know, this cave initiation could be to that, what was it? Water hits strange shore, right? We did have that news report sometime a few months ago about, I don't know, I think it was Japan or whatever, finding a whole ecosystem, right? So, like, and I said it could be somewhere that is like undiscovered or something. So it could be a lot more things like that. Okay, but I feel like the Sage Purification card that came out with the Untamed, this is Earth trying to recalibrate itself. Okay, oak tree ancestors and jasmine sensuality, right? So feminines for a second, okay? The soft life, what I was talking about, the soft life, like, you know, so many generations of women, like we've made a lot of sacrifices, and like spirits, like, you know, ladies, I work with jasmine a lot. Goddess oil again, all right, has heavy notes of jasmine in it, amongst other things that, you know, I'll let you guys know when I drop it. But listen, if you're not gonna get something from me, y'all ladies need to be on that jasmine right now. Okay? Yes, it makes you feel great. Okay, and it's pure, correct. Okay, this is gonna call the frequency of the soft life, okay? Heavy on the jasmine, ladies. Burn jasmine incense. Use jasmine body wash. Like, heavy on the jasmine. Okay? Yes. Yeah, let's talk about it. Dee Dee, you got to send me a list of your products. Okay? I like to support. Okay? All right, now. Let's go. Eagle vision. Yeah, masculines pull up. Y'all got the eagle and the snake, okay? Now, why is this important? Eagle vision. You need to be detached from those hurts that we were talking about, fellas. That's how you're going to shed those old scars, okay, and open up to a new, okay, existence for yourself. In a sense, a soft life for you too. If you allow the feminine to be in the soft life, you will receive from the soft life. Remember, everything you give to a feminine will be magnified. Okay, we got fire and detachment, which I was just talking about, detachment. You know, you masculines have been using the fire to propel, which is a strength of the masculine, right? But what the flip side of that, okay, give me 1 second. The island detachment and the fire intensity, you have used that to propel you forward. And although it's a strength of the masculine, it is now, if you recognize some of the things, the scars that have stayed with you have been because of that intensity. And so that you have to be able to balance the duality of the fire, right? So it's like kind of like the saying, play with fire, you get burned, right? So you've been using it for so long to propel you forward. It's almost as if you forgot that you could get burned, right? So this is like learning how to put out the fire, or I should say how to turn it on and off. Okay, we got this rice nourishment and moon cycles. You know, we were talking about some type of grain. Maybe it is in the rice. Rice is in a lot of things, right? You know, water here. Okay, so there also could be something about the water, something in the water that nourishes something in a way that isn't great. Okay? Then the as above below message on these two cards would be like in our personal lives, you know, the more we ignore the things that have hurt us, you know, uh, in the shadows, or this could even be the subconscious, because the moon represents the subconscious, right? Like, you know, it can stop us, or it can contaminate even the things that are meant to nourish us. Okay, so back again to like the soft life message and being gentle with yourself and exfoliating from within these things, these thoughts that contaminate all the things that we're trying to bring in to nourish us. Okay, crystal quartz. Okay, I was just talking to one of my followers. You know, if you are a I said this the other day, I like to use all the four elements, you know, for cleansings and stuff, right? But, you know, I'm earth, so I might maybe use earth more, right? Or let's say your chart, you know, you could be an earth sign, but have hella water in your chart, right? Maybe you need to concentrate, you know, on the quickies in between the full cleansings. You need to concentrate with using that element. Whatever element is strongest in your chart, guys, add that to like your daily type shit right now. Okay, crystal quartz. So say if you're an earth sign, you know, you might be walking around with some crystals on you and shit. You understand? Like they're telling you to incorporate. Okay, for balance. Okay, who was that who just came in? I didn't see. If it was Jennifer, you need to check your messages. Okay, so the herbs, Pink. The herbs are burdock root, mullein, licorice root, and dandelion. Okay, let me look up what licorice root is for in health wise, because I use it more so for other purposes. Yes, thank you, Pink. Licorice. It's good for heartburn. Health. Let's see what it says. Okay, digestive problems, menopausal symptoms, cough. Okay, so that would be your lungs, bacterial and viral infections, guys. Okay, licorice, gargles, or lozenges have been used to prevent and reduce sore throat, and sometimes occurs after surgery. Okay, so I'll read it again. Okay, I'll read it again. Digestive problems, menopausal symptoms, cough, bacterial and viral infections. Okay, so why Spirit is giving us this combination, I don't know. Maybe you want to make a tea out of those four ingredients. Okay? Out of those four ingredients. Let's see something. This is a good blood purifier. Yes, I could believe that because actually they have had me make up recipes. They'll tell me. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. I have someone around me who is they are in the ATR. We have different roles. Okay, so she's higher in me in one thing, and I'm higher than her in another. So you know, you understand. So it doesn't matter about that, right? We're like sisters. Okay. So anyway, she had a medical situation, and she came to me. You use them for a few of those for them purposes. Okay. So she had came to me because she had gotten like some medical news, and she was like, you know, I want you to, you know, to perform some Reiki on me and tell me what spirit tells you. So when I did it, they gave me a recipe for her. One of the items was beets. And so, come to find out, this person, you know, they're you know, work in the medical field. So when I gave them the message, they were like, oh shit, you know what? This is something to do with my heart or my blood, and beets is for medical situations. What's good, honey? What's good, Angela? So what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not in the medical field. I just give the message. It turned out that what I was saying, beets, was exactly for that purpose. Okay? And she knew that. It was like a confirmation for her when I said it. I wouldn't have known. I just deliver the message. You feel me? Okay? So, like, sometimes I get messages and I'm looking them up just like y'all. For real. Okay? Lightning breakthrough in home. Okay, so and where I'm at, there's been a lot of lightning and stuff, and rolling thunder a lot. Okay, I see a lot of like lightning and things, especially this summer. You know, we had that whole recalibration basically of the Schumann resonance, right? Which, by the way, they took down all those images. It's almost as if they don't want to talk about it no more. Okay, dolphin listening. Okay, earth home, and I'm talking about that, and then dolphin listening comes up. It's like sonic. It's like what we're hearing. It's like a frequency, butterfly regeneration. I've been talking about this shit with you guys, right? Stay hydrated, guys. Okay, you got here thirst, desert. Okay, and then lotus resurrection. We're coming back. Okay, like something is coming back to be fixed this time, but it's coming through a higher frequency. Like, this is why it's so important, you know, about this soft life, about keeping the frequency light. Okay, I'm not saying that there's not shit that happens around us that's dark, but you have the power to what you want to put your attention to. And that's what spirit is like. You know, there's going to be distractions to try to get you off your game, and there are going to be moments where you're going to be in that frequency, but how fast can you calibrate yourself back spiritually strapped? You feel me? It's not that you're never going to have dips. It's how fast do you bounce back? That's what we're here. That's what we're here doing. Okay, guys? Owl intuition, all right? Messages, messages, messages. Sleep state, wake state, they're everywhere. 28. 10, completion. New cycle, new beginnings. Remember what I said. Let me pull it back up again because I just saw it. What did I say to you guys? I said, get chimes, hang them. When the wind blows, you will receive messages or confirmation on the wings of the wind, for spirit speaks. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm gonna keep it short today. It's summer solstice, so you know I want to do some things for my ancestors and things like that. Okay, so I just wanted to come through, give you guys the messages. Okay, and yes, I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, guys.